everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Cardinals going up against the Vikings. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the newest facility in the NFL, and it is a beauty as we come to you from U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Tonight, we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. This is Lamar Miller. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it again with Miller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Here's a give to Miller, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And here are the defensive starters. In your old position, you get to talk about the secondary.
The best athletes on the field, Brandon.
Debatable.
Well, we'll see how this goes today. I love the way you put my guys down. But you know this. They've got to cover, and they have to tackle. They have a heck of a task in front of them in this game.
2nd down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And now Bridgewater going to turn and take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down carry now for Miller. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down. Here's Miller. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They go with a fullback line. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
Let's go.
Now it's Miller running right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.
Let's go. Tiger.
Again, it's Miller. And down to the 36-yard line here. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Let's go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down in distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you'd think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball. But when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he comes back with one complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. We'll see what they'll do here as they're up against a 4th and inches. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't, but really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Second down, Brissett. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Gets it to Gordon. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They come up in an offset eye. Now it's Miller. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Second down, Bridgewater going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. Third and long for Bridgewater. He's going to let it go again. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
And his kick is right through. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They go to Johnson again. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Trickery here on the end around. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A second down throw for Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught by Treadwell. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He's had a big workload here tonight. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take, and now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Blair Walsh for the Viking field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On the end around now, this is Nelson. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now they're in the hurry-up. Brissett now on 2nd down. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. To throw, Brissett.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 5 yards to go.
Here we go. 1 round. 6 round.
Brissett from the gun on third. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to as they set. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there. See how that recipe works. Shipped together here from the D-line. On second down, Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. They'll try and sneak it here. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. It's a quarterback sneak. It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on a quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking. Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen. Second down, Brissett. Caught by Nelson left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. On 3rd down, Brissett. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Detroit! Let's go! Green, 39! Green! Detroit! Leopard!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go play action here on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be a second down. Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
Here's Brissett, eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You drop in 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And this will be taken at the 13. 31 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
What a spin. Stays on his feet, and he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On third down, Miller. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye.
Lucky 56.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McKinnon. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Let's go. All right now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Time running out here on the play clock. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He'll field this at the 5. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. First down, Brissett. And his throw here is incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Let's go.
To throw, Brissett. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll come out in the pistol. Brissett now. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Let's go. Let's round.
And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from taking the lead. And his kick is good. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. They begin with a run by Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
For that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
Here we go. Leopard. Good. Detroit. Here we go. Detroit. 39. Green. 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Let's
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Come on, let's go.
Brissett. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Catanzero's kick is right through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. After the penalty, it's Miller. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Lucky 56.
They come out here in the eye. They'll toss it to Miller. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. He's got curves. It's a pickup of 16 there. It'll lead to a new set of downs.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Let's go, Ohio!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.